first with Marilyn Tanner Blasher with Washington University, a dietitian and researcher with WashU, and I want to talk about how this is. Okay, so if we're thinking Michelle Obama, this is in the news, we're all talking about this now, but that hasn't been the case for long, has it?
No, since 1980, the case of pediatric obesity has tripled in numbers. 17% of our children are now obese, and that's where we're coming from.
Wait, say that again, because 1980 wasn't that long ago, even though most of our young and hip audience wasn't born then, just for the record.
That's right.
So say that again, since 1980.
1980, the rate of obesity in children has tripled. So we're now at 17% of children are obese.
And when you say obese or overweight, it's even larger. By how
right.
much?
If you add the overweight, and then there's those that are at risk for overweight, that's even larger. Yes.
So what's happened in that time? Why is this happening?
Well, there's multiple factors of causation. One of them is our way of eating has changed. Our exercise and activity rates have changed. Our family dynamics and our community dynamics have changed. When we talk about nutrition, there's a lot more people eating out and eating outside of the home. That's a big issue. Consuming sugared beverages, soda, sports drinks, those sorts of sweetened beverages has increased. That actually, in the NHANES data, they're showing that 30% of a child's intake, almost a third of what they're taking in a day calorically, is from those sweetened beverages. So those types of things are different. Screen time, in the 80s, we barely had cable television. So if something was on that you didn't like, you were outside playing. And now that's far different. There's a plethora of channels out there that kids can flip around. There's videos and games and computers and iPhones and all kinds of
screens.
Smartphones and
right.
all those screens. And so you're decreasing. You've got maybe a lot more awareness of this lack of safety or how people feel unsafe letting their kids just go out and play until the lights come on and then come in. So just letting your kids run out and play in the community is not the same as it was in the 70s and 80s and even before that. So those sorts of factors all play a role, that physical activity. Then we've got a lot more dual income families. And so when you look at the family environment, that's a little different. Having those family meal times and having that consistency for children is important. And if you're not getting that and you're not sitting around the table and eating or maybe even providing those meals in the same way, you're going to sort of fall off.
So speaking of screen time, a lot of our meal time is screen time too. Is that actually make a difference?
It's a huge difference. It's best to turn off all the noise and sit down and communicate with your family at mealtime. It's so important to do that, to just
for the quality
talk.
of your family,
That is a major part. A lot of these kids that have overweight and obesity issues sometimes are, and this is for the psychologists to talk about, but it's, they eat to calm their fears or to put down an emotion and sort of make themselves feel better. And so a comfort food, we talk about comfort foods all the time, that sort of comfort eating, and if things are stressful, they might not eat, or they do eat, or they hide and eat. There's lots of emotions involved in sitting down at the meal. So if you can sit down, relax, know that there's a 30-minute time frame that you're going to sit and eat on most occasions. We all have busy, hectic days, but on most occasions you have that time to spend with your family and quality time, and you provide a nutritious meal. You provide those fruits and vegetables. You get those whole grains. You get your dairy.
I'm